You're moving from Southern California to Las Vegas and you've been Googling best neighborhoods in Henderson, Nevada. Stop Googling and watch this video instead, because I'm going to tell you exactly where people from SoCal tend to land, why they love it, and honestly, which neighborhoods remind them of home. Let's go. Hey guys, Kami Ketcham here from Ketcham Realty Partners. Quick recap if you're new, I'm a real estate broker serving Orange County, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, and Henderson, Nevada. My husband and I personally own investment properties in both markets, and I've helped a lot of SoCal families make this exact move. So I know these neighborhoods really well, and I'm gonna give you the honest, no fluff breakdown today. Also, this is part of my ongoing SoCal to Las Vegas series. So if you haven't watched the first two videos, I'll link them above. They'll give you great context before this one. First, why do most Californians end up in Henderson rather than Las Vegas proper? A few reasons. Henderson consistently ranks as one of the safest cities in Nevada. It has that master planned community feel that a lot of SoCal buyers are used to. Think Irvine or Rancho Santa Margarita vibes. The schools are generally strong, the neighborhoods are cleaner, and it just has a more suburban, family-friendly energy. Las Vegas property is great and has amazing areas too that I'll cover in another video. For families coming from Orange County, Henderson tends to feel like home immediately. So let's walk through the neighborhoods. First up, Green Valley and Green Valley Ranch. This is probably the most popular landing spot for SoCal transplant, and honestly, it totally makes sense. Green Valley has that established tree-lined neighborhood feel that you don't find everywhere in Nevada. Green Valley Ranch specifically has a resort casino that functions almost like a town center, great restaurants, a pool, entertainment, and the surrounding residential areas are beautiful. Single-family home prices here run roughly $400,000 to $980,000. If you're coming from somewhere like Tustin or Fullerton, this neighborhood's gonna feel really familiar and comfortable. Next, we have Anthem and Anthem Country Club. Anthem is a massive master planned community in the southern part of Henderson, and it is stunning. Mountain views, well-maintained HOA communities, great parks and trails. Anthem Country Club is the gated golf community within Anthem. If you're coming from a guard-gated community in SoCal, this could be your place. Home prices in Anthem range from about $500,000 to $700,000, and in the Country Club, you're looking at $500,000 to $2 million plus. This neighborhood attracts a lot of professionals and retirees from California specifically. Then there's Seven Hills. Seven Hills is one of Henderson's most prestigious neighborhoods, and it shows. Beautiful custom and semi-custom homes, golf course communities, incredible mountain and city views. If you're selling a higher end home in SoCal and want to maximize what your equity buys you, Seven Hills is where I'd point you first. You can get into a genuinely luxury level home here from $400,000 to $2 million that would cost you 2 to 3 times that in Newport Beach or Palos Verdes. MacDonald Ranch and MacDonald Highlands. MacDonald Ranch is a great mid-range option. Solid schools, nice homes, good access to everything. MacDonald Highlands is the ultra luxury gated community sitting up in the mountains above Henderson with some of the most dramatic views in the entire Las Vegas Valley. If you have the budget, this is truly special. Homes here start around $500,000 and go way up from there. I've had clients from Laguna Beach and Newport Coast who felt right at home here immediately. And finally, newer master planned communities like Inspirada and Cadence. These are newer developments that are really popular with younger families and remote workers coming from California. Inspirada has a very Irvine-esque feel, planned trails, parks, pools, community events. Single-family home prices are generally more accessible here, starting around $400,000, which makes it a great entry point for first-time buyers or younger families making the move. The community is growing fast and has a really great energy. What to consider when choosing? How do you choose between these great communities? Here's how I think about it with my clients. If you have kids and schools are the priority, check out Anthem and Green Valley. Those are my first suggestion. If you want luxury and views and budget allows, Seven Hills or MacDonald Highlands. If you want that new construction Irvine feeling, Inspirada or Cadence. If you want established, walkable, close to great restaurants and entertainment, Green Valley Ranch. And honestly, the best thing you can do is come visit. I always tell my SoCal clients, fly in for a long weekend, let me show you around, and 9 times out of 10, you'll leave knowing exactly where you want to be. It's very different experiencing it versus just seeing it on a screen. Quick note for anyone watching from an investor perspective, all of these neighborhoods have strong rental demand. Henderson attracts a lot of relocating professionals and families who rent before they buy. So vacancy rates are low and rents are solid. Green Valley and Inspirada in particular are neighborhoods where my husband and I have seen really strong rental returns. Just something to keep in mind if you're thinking about buying an investment property before or alongside a primary residence here. Okay, so to recap, if you're coming from SoCal and want that familiar master planned community feel, start with Green Valley Ranch or Inspirada. If you want luxury and views, look at Seven Hills or MacDonald Highlands. If you want to talk through your specific situation, budget, and timeline, that's exactly what I'm here for. Link in the description to schedule a free call with me. I do these consultations all the time. There's zero pressure, just real information to help you make the best decision for you and your family. Subscribe if you haven't already and hit the notification bell because my next video is going to cover how to actually buy a home in Las Vegas while you're still living in California. The process is a little different and there are things you need to know going in. I'm Kami Ketcham. See you in the next one.